Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more BattleTech. Since the last time I recorded, I've done a handful of battles, I've jumped to a couple different systems, and all of that allowed me an opportunity to give my secondary pilots some experience, both in time, using the training module, and also giving them some actual mission time as well. The primary pilots that I've been using for this purpose, I was allowing Jalopy and Behemoth to get some increased experience, as Behemoth has not been in as many battles as some of my other top pilots. This also gave Medusa a chance to get some more experience, so I have given him his third ability, which is the attack and move ability. I thought that would be interesting to give somebody the sensor lock ability, but also give him this moving attack ability. Something that sometimes I feel like I wish Decker had. But Decker has the advantage of having the Master Tactician ability, which is just another way of setting up a scout-style pilot. But I also have been using two other pilots, Roller and Ruthless, and they have been pretty good for me, and this gives me a nice secondary squad. I feel like with Medusa, Behemoth, Roller, and Ruthless, we have a good secondary lance if we need it. And then as far as the mechs go, I did manage to get two Highlander mechs, one of which is armed with a PPC. I always forget which one's which. Yeah, it's this one here, is armed with a PPC, so I have upgraded this mech. I have done some refits to other mechs as well, experimenting with some loadouts. More or less, we're ready to go. I do have enough mechs that I have 3 lances, and I have enough pilots to fill them out as well, although the third lance would be a little sketchy because the pilots are very inexperienced. They have accumulated some through the training module, but they have no mission time, so I really wouldn't want to use them unless I absolutely have to. I don't know if I'm going to have to do that, but if what we need is 2 lances, I have that pretty solid. My second lance isn't going to be as strong as my first lance, but it's going to be pretty darn good because we have a solid foundation with the 2 Orions. I have the extra Highlanders, and then I can use a couple different options for my support mech. I either have the Yager mech or the Catapult to do that. And then as far as Scout, I either have the Quick Draw or the Shadowhawk. So pretty good foundation for a secondary lance. And then of course we have our standard primary lance, which we now are using the Stalker instead of the Catapult, and this has been very good for me. The Stalker has been phenomenal. It can give me that long-range firepower that the Catapult used to give me, but now it is going to allow me to have really devastating close-range firepower, and it's not that bad heat efficiency-wise. I kitted it out for that. So in the missions that I've used it, it has been very effective. I also will point out that I finally got myself a second LRM-15 with +2 damage. So now we're doing a little bit more damage with the LRM-15s as well. So I'm very happy about that. All right, well, that's everything that has transpired since the last time I recorded. And I think we're ready to go on and do this primary contract. And I think this is going to be the last mission or 2 or 3, perhaps, that we have ahead of ourselves. So let's go ahead and go into the contracts here. It's going to take 17 days to travel here, which does give me a little bit more time to get experience into my pilots with the training module. I have upgraded this ship now to almost everything. I think the last upgrade that we have is currently being worked on, which is the Machine Shop, I believe is what it's called. Let's just take a look at that really quickly. It's just the last refit here is what's being worked on. No, not that. It's one of these ones. Yeah, the Machine Shop. This is currently being worked on. And I believe it's like 10 days or so before that's done. So we have 17 days of travel, so that will get done by the time we get there. That's an extra 17 days to prepare. There's a 4.5 skull mission. Now, there was an update at some point. Now, I never really got a chance to look at what the update was. I do suspect that possibly difficulty has gone up because a couple of the missions I ran seemed a bit more difficult than what I was getting from that same difficulty level before. So it's possible we'll run into a little bit more difficulty than we've seen in the past, although if these are priority missions, they're probably handcrafted anyway, so I don't really know if I can take the experience that I had with these other missions into that. Let's go ahead and travel.
By your command.
Alright, so we do have a financial report. I'm not doing bad as far as finances. I did take an opportunity to sell some things that were just lying around, and I also made some money while I was doing those contracts. So financially speaking, I had about 5 million before this hit, so let's go ahead and continue here. And I've just been going with the normal. I'm maxed out in morale, so there's no point to spend more than that. I haven't had too many events happen since these handful of contracts. Nothing really to write home about. There was something that caused Glitch to have low spirits for a period of time, but then I just didn't use her. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but Behemoth has high spirits from one of the events. Couldn't tell you what they were. They were things like, you know, doing tournaments with the training module thing, competitions and things like that. I believe the Behemoth event was a basketball match in the gym. So that should be the last upgrade. I kind of expected to get an achievement after we did that, but I guess not. But yeah, now the Argo is completely finished. So let's continue here. We have 7 more days to go. And as far as the mech warriors go, let's see where we're at with the pilots that I never used. So one of the ones that would have been an early pickup would have been this guy.
I'm here.
So he has about 6,000 experience, which honestly, how far down he is in skill level, that's not going to be enough. I may be able to get one of these skills. I'm not sure if I'd be able to get the second one. I mean, they're about 1,600 to get, so yeah, okay. I could probably get 2 skills. What I would get with some of these less experienced pilots, I don't know, because we have people like Growl that is already set up to be our scout. I wouldn't be able to grab the Master Tactician ability because that would take too much experience, but I would prefer that to be the case. So I might just go straight on to try and max out his abilities. He'd be bad at just about everything else, but all right. Yeah, so if we do need a third lance, that's where things get a little dicey because I never did pick up pilots that were enough experience, I think, to really be very good at the kind of difficulty level we'll be at, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, self-improvement. While browsing the Argo's library, you find Onikuma with a pile of printed materials, holovid chips, and data pads. Commander, I'm a bit lost, actually. I'm pretty new here, and I'd like to make myself as useful as possible. He gestures at the pile. Maybe if I could do more than just pull the trigger on my LRM, I might get more contract assignments. Hesitates. My folks depend on the money I send them, and I can't afford to be let go from another mercenary company. What do you think I should study? Okay, well, we do have a couple of opportunities here. So give him military histories to read, just researching the periphery systems, direct him to study technical manuals, or take him to the lounge instead. So I'm guessing this would be to boost his spirits or morale, because the lounge would be for recreation. So let's go with the improved library. Direct him to study technical manuals. Maybe that will give him that trait, like it did, technician. Okay, on a combat drop, you're only as good as your weapons. When you're in the middle of a fight, you need to know the capabilities and the limitations of whatever mech you're piloting. You do a quick search on one of the computers, then flip it around for him to see. Here, start with the tech behind heat sinks. Knowing how to push your mech's limits will prove invaluable in every drop I send you on. Okay, so Onikuma furrows his brow and bends low over the detailed treaty. Already engrossed in the material. Okay, so he's gained technician. We already knew that. All right, cool, whatever. I mean, I haven't seen that come into play that often. I think it did in one of the events. And there are events where things like that happen. For example, there was a time with one of the events where you were watching the gladiatorial combats on Solaris 7, I believe. And if the pilot that was had put on the showing had the gladiator trait or whatever, he could have done like a color commentary, I guess, to what was going on, and that was an option available, but he didn't have that trait, so he couldn't do it. So, I mean, those kind of things come in, but I haven't seen that many opportunities to gain those traits, so I guess you just have to luck out and have the right event correspond with the right pilot, which is just a luck of the draw kind of thing. All right, we've arrived. I don't expect we'd want to do anything with the store, if we even could. I mean, might as well look. The problem with this idea is that, okay, you can buy Thunderbolt parts. I'd have to refit a mech, so, you know, that would take time. So we've got plus 25% crit. We've got AC-20s. I got a lot of AC-20s that were upgraded, and I never really got a chance to use them. I was kind of holding them for a King Crab, and I just never really got one, unfortunately. Come on, give me the bonus, the proper bonus. Okay, so plus 5 damage to heat for that one. Another M20 that's quite upgraded. Okay. I mean, if it had been a damage up, I would have taken it, but it just crit chance and stability damage. I mean, those are good. It just I would prefer, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, to get something that's a significant damage upgrade. But damage upgrades are kind of rare. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that really stands out here. So, all right, let's go ahead and go to the mission here. I don't know if I can reread that description. I didn't do it before, and I apologize for that. Yeah. All right, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and launch. Okay, parlay. Okay, so this is Espinosa here. Kamea, welcome home. We haven't spoken face to face since your father's funeral. Strange, isn't it? For all the time we've been fighting each other, for all of our struggles, we haven't actually talked until now. Not here to talk to you, Uncle. I'm here to demand your surrender. Then you'll walk away from this parlay disappointed. Did I teach you nothing, Kamea? The endgame is a time for negotiation, not demands. I remember your teachings well enough, Uncle. If our positions were reversed, you would attack me without hesitation or mercy. The founding houses have rallied behind me. You are outnumbered and outgunned, and you have nowhere left to turn. And aside from a single hostage, you have nothing to negotiate with. Single hostage? He's your dearest friend. Surely he means more to you than nothing. Alexander means a great deal to me, but I would sacrifice any one person, even myself, for the good of the Reach. You are defeated. Concede. I've heard your proposal. Now you hear mine. You will leave the system in my hands and solidify your power base elsewhere. I will rule Oromodir, and I will hold your friend to ensure your good behavior. You agree to these terms, or you will die. That's kind of a funny joke there. I will die. Your words are air, Uncle. You have nothing left to threaten me with. So you believe when you moved on Castle Nautilus. Think that you're bluffing, and I'm willing to wager my life on it. I'll see you on the field of battle. Oh, so is he going to have a bunch of Star League era mechs? Yes, I suppose you will. We didn't completely blow stuff up, perhaps? The image on your view screen cuts out. Espinosa must have terminated the call. Okay, that did go about as well as I'd expected. You want surrender? That's fine with me. It's his funeral. Maybe he knows something we don't. Alright, well, I'm going to say this, because that did go about as well as I expected. Darius, raise the founding houses on the comms. Tell them that I'm ordering them to drop. All of our companies, our entire fleet. Everything we have. As always, I will lead from the front. We're taking Cormadir, and we are doing it now. Okay, it could be a trap, but we'll see. Gunner, I want you to remain at ready until I call for you. Okay. Prepare your mech warriors and wait for my signal. We're going to crush what remains of my uncle's directorate. With your company's help, I will retake the throne that was stolen from me. Come hell or high water, we will rescue Lord Madeira. I swear it on my father's name. Okay, well, so far we don't have a mission. Yes.
You should have listened to your uncle, Lady Arano. We have unfinished business, you and I. The Iberia still carries a full complement of battle mechs, plus enough firepower to level a city. And you know it's too late to withdraw your forces. When I reach Cormadir, I will drown your restoration in a sea of fire. Every dog in Arano colors will die. You took my son from me, Kamea. My hope for the future died with him. Now I'm killing yours.
Dun dun dun! Alright, desperation play. Well, boss, things are looking pretty grim, I've got to say. But hey, at least we figured out what Espinosa's secret weapon is. Okay, thanks for that ray of sunshine, Yang. Did any of you see the wall behind Ostergaard? There were burn marks, bullet holes. But looked like small arms fire. His sailors must have tried to seize the bridge. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, I think he's pretty much a dead man if he ever tries to return to Tarian space. If there was a mutiny attempt on the Iberia, it failed. As unhinged as Ostergaard may have sounded, he was right. We can't withdraw our troops without the Directorate cutting them to ribbons, and we can't stop a Fortress-class dropship. At least not through conventional means. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to be unconventional, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing that is true here. You're about to give us an incredibly sketchy job. All right, well, tell us what you're thinking. The Iberia may outclass us, but we can still attack. We're going to use the Lucura. Okay, yeah, I kind of forgot what that was about. So that was the device that we took off of the Castle Nautilus, I believe it was what it was called. That device that rendered your ships kind of like all messed up and stuff. No way! Lady Arano, that code completely screwed us at Castle Nautilus. It nearly detonated our fuel tanks. It's too dangerous to go tinkering around with. We can't. We don't have a choice, Amire. It's the closest thing we have to a weapon that could destroy that ship. If I were wrong about this, Farah would have told us by now. Tell them, Doctor. We can do this, can't we? Yes, I think we can. If it doesn't destroy the Iberia, it'll cripple her long enough to take her out of the fight. But that code is a science experiment, not a weapon. I think that I can modify it into one, but there will be risk involved, and I can't offer any guarantees. Okay. So there's no guarantees in life. I can't say I'm in love with this idea, but I haven't heard any alternatives. If we don't do this, Ostergaard wipes the Restoration Army out with impunity. We can't let that happen. I'll say that, because that's true. Imagined you'd feel that way. I'll go ahead and get started. We're still going to need a way to get the code onto Ostergaard's ship. I suggest taking over a ground-based communications array. All right, this is where our mission comes in. Something on a network that the Iberia's computer trusts. There's a Directorate comm station on Lyris, the Throne World's second moon. It was the system's primary communications hub during my father's reign, and my uncle uses it for the same purpose now. You could use it to transmit the Lucura, then destroy it. The control tower is automated, so there shouldn't be any collateral damage. You'll be killing two birds with one stone. I like how you think. I'll rig the explosives. We're likely to encounter heavy resistance when we touch down. I'll see if I can find an engineering solution to help us deal with it. Maybe my team could seize control of their turrets, make them fight for us for a change. Probably try to bring a jump-capable lance if you can, Commander. Alright, I already will. Comm arrays like the one on Lyris tend to be housed on elevated platforms, with lots of ramps and choke points. Alright, thank you, Doctor. We're hinging everything on this plan's success. It's vital that Ostergaard's attention remains fixed on me and the Restoration Army, to the exclusion of your operation on Lyris. And so, I'll give him something to focus on. I'm not sure why there's two twos. Something to focus on. Accelerating our offensive. We're marching on the Directorate's final stronghold, Cordia City, the capital of Cormodir. Okay, anything? Keep him focus on you, that will. We'll do our part. Like you're overstaying yourselves. That's good. He'll be here to punish you for it. Okay. Yes. Good mail, Lady Rano. We'll rendezvous with you on Cormodir when the job is done. We've got a job to do, people, and it'll be the biggest challenge we've ever taken on. Put on your war faces and follow the command's lead. Got a dropship to crash. Okay, here we go. Alright, so my lance is not going to be set up all that properly because I was using, obviously, secondary pilots. I already kind of talked about that. So we had Roller in the last mission. So, obviously, we don't need that. Jalopy will stick around. Behemoth and Medusa are gone. Okay, let's go ahead and start setting this up. So the Blitzhawk is going to go away. Orion is going to go away, although it did quite well for me in the missions that I used it in. I believe this is the right Highlander. Yeah, okay. And then we need Glitch, pilot the Highlander. We need our Battle Master, which honestly, I am somewhat unsure if this is still a viable mech at this point, the way it's loaded out, but you know, it's as good as it's going to get. There probably would be some improvements I possibly could do with some other options, but all right, let's find my pilot, put him there. Okay, and then the last one is going to be the Grasshopper, if I can find it. There it is. And then Decker. Okay, so there is our primary lance. So Highlander, Stalker, Battlemaster, and Grasshopper. Yes, I could get more tonnage out of this if I had put two Highlanders, the two Highlanders I have, or even one of the Highlanders. But it's a little too slow for me, and it also, it's too similar of capabilities to the Highlander we're already going to be using. This Highlander is just going to be better because of its loadout with the Star League era weaponry. So yeah, I mean, this is just a better option, and I don't think my pilot is suited for that style of play. So, all right, let's go ahead and we're going to be on Tundra environment. So that'll be good for heat sinks, which is fantastic. This mech, if it's in a colder climate, it just runs fantastically. The same thing with the Stalker. So I'll be able to really unleash the firepower of the Stalker. Now, I can't really put the Stalker in the front lines too much because of its lower armor, but, you know, it will work. Let's go ahead and deploy. Okay, let's start off with our objectives. Take Dr. Farah Murad to the comm control station. Destroy the Directorate garrison, and hold out while the Doctor uploads the Lacura to the Iberia. Okay, it sounds like we're going to have a holding action at some point. So we should expect a lot of reinforcements, perhaps, from the enemy. Okay, this is an all-or-nothing situation, Mouse Gunner. Ostergaard is on his way to Cormodir to break the back of my army, and I'm on my way to join them. You have this one chance to wreck the Iberia and turn the tide. Do this, and our war will be won. It's going to be a hell of a drop, Mouse. Our entire plan revolves around a science experiment gone wrong, but I have faith in Doc Murad and a powerful desire to see Ostergaard dealt with permanently. All right, let's start.
Command interface initiated.
Sorry about the rough landing. Farah, you okay in there? I'm all right. This rumble seat is even less comfortable than it looks, though. Tell me about it. Did you find the care package I left in there for you? Explosives? Yes, I'll set them to bring down the control tower after I've uploaded the Lacura to the Iberia.
Let's get moving, Commander. Lady Arano is counting on us.
Okay, so we have to escort the APC to turret control, Alpha. Escort the APC to turret control, Bravo. All right, well, I don't see any APCs at the moment. Let's take a look around here. So I'm gonna guess this is possibly where the turret control is, because that's kind of hard to say. I mean, this looks like a comm control, but I can't really tell from, I mean, it's not giving me any description for these buildings because I can't see them directly. All right, well, I guess we'll find out. I'm going to take this slow because I'm not exactly sure what to expect. So let's say I'm going to jump, and then I'm going to set her on the guard. I'm going to do the same thing with the stalker.
Up high.
Okay. Battlemaster, I'm a little okay with just sprinting here because we can get into the woods and we have good evasion, so that's fine with me. Oh, we have enemy contact. Okay, so we will prepare for that enemy contact by jumping and bracing.
Affirmative.
So maybe jumping and bracing would have been the right move with the Battlemaster, but again, we have strong evasion.
We can do this! Let's go!
Okay. So it looked like something was at initiative level 5, but at the moment, where are these APCs? Ah, there they are. We also have some direct PPC carriers. Alright, that does worry me a little bit just because they are moving at a very high initiative level, and they will be able to move very fast. So they may be able to just like move right ahead of me, and then they might get killed. So that does make me a little nervous. So I'm gonna reserve for now. I kind of hate
Waiting for my opening.
sometimes how the AI behaves. Yeah, so you're gonna like max move, get ahead of me. Now, these guys are pretty heavy, but I expect opposition to be heavy as well. That's gonna be what, a Vindicator? That's not looking good. So one of these APCs may go down. We do have turrets and stuff on the way too. I mean, I know the idea is that we're supposed to be capturing the turret controls, but I don't know how successful we're going to be at that. Because, I mean, here's a turret right there. I expect it to be a heavy turret. Yeah, I mean, they're already hitting the APC hard. And I haven't even really gotten a chance to go yet. Interesting, this mech is at 35 tons, so did it not move during its initiative phase? We have two things on the radar that are listed as at level 1. So I'm guessing this is the thing that's going to move soon. 65 tons, that could be a Thunderbolt, that could be a lot of things, honestly, at 65 tons. I mean, it's very likely they'll kill this APC. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop it, necessarily. So I'm going to go ahead and reserve here. I think it's the smarter move. Because the AI is just going to gung-ho it here into the enemy and just get itself killed. So, you know what?
Good to go.
I say that. What can we do here? I can get vision of a turret, which may actually help me quite a bit here. But I also could get a vision of this other mech as well. I think it used a sensor lock, so it's not going to have guard up. Yeah, let's get aggressive here. I will use vigilance to protect myself because we've got the morale for it. Alright, so we've got a heavy laser turret. So 2 large lasers and a bunch of medium lasers. You know, that might actually not have been able to see the APC. It for sure sees our Grasshopper, so I expect it to hit us. We also have an Orion, which is already gone. That was what attacked. Through this building, I'll point out. Sometimes the AI in their line of sight, although it may have just been able to see her. Well, let's hit the Vindicator. I think that's the obvious target here.
Giving him everything I've got.
Already burned through the armor in a location. Let's see what kind of firepower comes out of this thing. Oh, that didn't really tip its hat to me. I'm gonna... Oh. That could be either a Yager mech or a catapult. Based off of the firepower we just saw. Because that definitely looked like two LRM-15s to me. Okay. So, at this point, I think it'd be probably a fairly good idea to take out this turret. We don't know what this turret is. Then again, maybe ignore the turret because it's not going to be that big of a threat. I mean, the idea here is we're supposed to be capturing the turrets, but we have to get through the turrets as well, so kind of risky. We do have allies. I don't know if they're going to be able to get any line of sight, but maybe. So who should we move here? Well, let's see what the Battlemaster can do, because be limited things we can do. We could go after the Vindicator. Not a whole lot I'm going to be doing over on this side, but it might be a good idea to get more vision out. But I'm tempted to just hit the Vindicator again. So I'm going to jump ahead. We'll use Vigilance here. We'll get vision on some things so we know what they are. Maybe this is a little too much of a move, but let's see. We've got a heavy shredder turret. Well, that is scary. I really need to do something about that. Because that has a lot of bad firepower that I don't want to get hit with. So, in that vein, I may just hit it with everything here. I have to think about, though, how much armor it has and how much damage I could do. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ordinarily, that would do 150 damage, but we've got plus damage here. So, it's another 170, 175 that I could do. And then we have the SRM-6, which does 72 on top of that. We're looking about 240. That's if everything hits. So, in theory, I could take out this shredder turret now, if I hit it with absolutely everything. We've got a good chance at doing that. So, you know what the hell. We'll fire everything we can at the heavy shredder turret. If I don't take it out, that's actually going to be a bad thing for me. But I'm starting to realize that a possible play here would have been to hold back on this turn.
All weapons committed.
Come on. No, we missed with something. Ah, just shy. Well, if we're lucky, that turret won't go. Okay, something else attacked me. So we definitely need to take out that turret so it doesn't hit me with an AC-20. I don't want to take an AC-20 shot if I can avoid it. So, in that vein, probably the Stalker is the best move, in my mind.
Yes, Commander.
I'll walk just so we get up there. We're not going to have good defense. But the enemy won't be able to see me this turn anyway. The better move I've got here. I'm just shy of being able to... Yeah, honestly, this is the better move. It's going to heat me up, but it's going to allow me to hit the Vindicator directly, which I think is a fairly good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead, and I'm going to be doing a lot of multi-targeting here, because I think that would be a good idea. We're going to take this turret out with one of my attacks, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. So you're going to be A. We're going to go after the Jenner with B. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that to B now, so I don't forget. And then you are going to be C. That's the only thing that we can hit with C. And we can see the heat's build up quite a bit because we jumped, and we're using a lot of our firepower. But still, in this climate, this is going to be too bad. And the SRM-4s don't necessarily have a great chance to hit, but it's not too bad. And we'll do some damage to this Jenner and break through its guard there as well. And then this should just die because it doesn't have much life left. As a matter of fact, we're wasting a little bit of our firepower here. If that one medium laser had landed, this thing would have been already dead, but I can't take that kind of damage, so we gotta take what we can here. Now this Jenner, you know, it's not gonna be able to weather too much damage here, so I'll probably hit it again. Fortunately, I missed a lot with our medium lasers. despite having not that bad of a chance to hit.
That hit something good.
Got a crit though, that's good. I don't think our one ally got a shot off, but here we go. I'm missing there. And the head hit actually doesn't help me too much.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Okay, I'm guessing the turrets are going now. Trying to establish vision for some reason because they already have it.
Good to go.
Maybe they're just trying to burn through our evasion, which could be possible. If I just walk here, I'm not going to get all that close anyway. With this mech, with the double heat sinks, I think we could afford to get a little closer here.
Taking the high road.
Now, I've seen a habit of the AI to just go after the Highlander, even if there's other easier to hit targets. Alright, so I think what we're going to do, I'm going to use multi-target here again. This is the only hit I can do on this Vindicator. I was going to say, I could hit the Gauss rifle here. And we'll go after the Jenner as well. I think that's a good target. We've already hit it once, and if we can hit it again, that would be quite good for us. I don't have another target, because nothing else is close enough to hit. But, hey, you know, we get what we get.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
There we go. Oh, wow. Lucky hit there.
Bang, you're dead.
So, that's not a bad first turn, I'd say. Okay. We were close enough to take that firepower, so I get why the turret went after me there.
They've got a sensor lock
And
on.
another sensor lock there. Okay. And then a sniper turret attacking us, and another one. Okay.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Alright, so that's not a bad first turn for us, and we'll see how things go in the future, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.